Well, hello my fellow car models, how are you doing today? I just got the first actual ready to rock Salvinos JR models. Indy Car in my little hands just came to me out at my front door, and man, been looking forward to this day. Let's take a look at it. Beautiful box art. They always do great box art of the actual car in motion. And on the side, you know, got all your things that must be done and said. And what do we got? Just pictures of the car. And this is pretty cool. You got a top view of it so you know what it's going to look like from the top and the sides. You got all your proper insignias. Just a very nice box art. You can see this is kind of a bigger box. As far as big this way, it's a little narrower. It's a different shape box, different, you know, scale car, different type of car. But man, we'll see how it is on the inside here. Let's take a look. Let's flip it around. Get hobby knife rocking here. Yeah, this has been a long time in the making. I've been kind of going along the ride with my buddies over at Salvinos JR Models. I follow and have become great friends with this company because I really believe in what they're doing. They have brought us things into our hobby, especially us people who like race cars now, not just NASCAR. The NASCAR part of the hobby was just, it was dying, and not because there weren't people that didn't want to build NASCARs. It's just the kits weren't available like they used to be. And they just brought such life back into it. And now we're getting Indy cars. Because you know what? Indy came to them when they saw the neat NASCARs they were building, NASCAR race cars. They said, hey, we want models too. So they said, oh, okay, let's do it. Oh, here we go. Now, if any of you have been following me on social media, you know that I got a hold of a test shot of this model without any pigmentation done in the plastic. As a matter of fact, here's a couple pieces. If you see here, I built the one and I put primer on it. You can see how that's what plastic looks like. If you can see the light passing right through it, it's a creamy looking. That is what styrene looks like when it doesn't have any pigmentation in it. Even white is a pigment when you get a white one. That's leftovers from my little build that I did. That was a lot of fun. Just, you know, test fitting, and there was even some things changing since I did that one. So I'm really excited about getting the actual production model. So we're going to take all the pieces out and take a look at this baby. But I'm going to get this out of the way. And we're going to go ahead and I didn't put out my nice mat. This is my dirty one. I was working on my Porsche before this came. This one is a mostly black car. They're all going to be colored plastic according to however the livery is on the car, so that you can lay the decals down, shoot some clear over it, and you're good. The front wing. Look at that thing. Look at how beautifully to scale thickness. I mean, look at that. Look how thin that is. I love it that models can do that now. You know, they used to do models years ago. You get it. Something that was supposed to be thin was really kind of too thick, and everything is just too. There's your halo and different parts of the bulkhead. Here we go with the body panels. One's starting to come off, but we've got our different body panels. This all goes together to make the side pots. And here we go with the monocoque, basically where the driver sits, right here, body here, side pods go there. There's the engine lid right here. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Let's take a look at these tires. These tires are beautiful. These tires are absolutely beautiful. Look at these. squishy, but look at the profile on those. Nice and smooth. We've got decals to put on them. Those look after, those are the fronts. Here's the rears. These rears are beefy. Look at that. What a beautiful look. Just absolutely lovely. After we show all this, I'm going to bring the test build that I did so we can get a look at the assembled car. Here's your clear. Here we go. Let's take a look at all the cool parts of the car. Now, you either get a Chevrolet or a Honda. This is a Honda. And my test shot, I built the Honda, but I also have a Chevrolet engine. So if I choose, I kept the Chevrolet engine that I got. So if I feel like putting a Chevy in this when I build it, and maybe I might make something else, I can do what I want. It's my model. So there. Look at this. Look at all those twisty, turny. They look intimidating. And these are more complicated. The Honda headers are more complicated than Chevrolet headers. And I didn't have instructions when I put my test ones together. But once I saw the instructions and I only put one side together, kind of figured out it was a nightmare. I was a little worried. Boy, oh boy, when you follow the instructions, these things go together so nice. And they're just like, that when you get it together. And you don't know how you did it, but you did it. Just beautiful detail on the engine. The heads. The front cover there, the bottom carbon fiber, all carbon fiber pieces and parts that come here, parts of the side pots, and this is all part of this actually goes on to here. You got your vents. This is all carbon fiber, so this it kind of is a interesting black. It doesn't look like a jet black. It's, if you just didn't want to try to get carbon fiber decal on here and just do it like this, you could get away with that, but all these parts would be carbon fiber. And same here, a lot of interior pieces and different carbon fiber pieces. These are all these foils. It looks complicated. It looks like, wow, this must be a really crazy model to build, but I'm telling you, look at these, all this is what's really cool. I love this, the cantilever suspension pieces here. Man, it's just, and there's more pieces to it, where all the different A-arms, the steering wheel, and I tell you, it looks intimidating. Look at this. No, it really, really goes together really well. And here's the coilovers that go on. If you go and watch Clay Kemp's right there, his build of the Joseph Newgarden car, and you'll see how all this stuff assembles. I don't know, I might do a build video, I don't know. This brakes, these wheels, all this neat parts and stuff. Here we have the instructions and the decals. Let's take a look at the decals. There's a decal placement, came out with me. There's your decal placements. And here we go with the decals. Beautiful artwork from Clay Kemp. Power slide decals, just beautiful. And you can see, you lay it down on the black, you're done. You don't have to paint all that. Even if you do paint your black, which if I was to do this car, which I'm starting to like the looks of it by looking at these decals, it was kind of a boring looking car at first. I thought I might just go for it. Looks like you don't have to paint anything. You can just shoot things black and you're ready to rock. Look at those beautiful decals. Nailed it. Just lovely. We're going to look at this instruction sheet, which, oh, so nice. I had copies of instruction sheets that were just all had to figure out what they went when I did the test shot, and it's nice to have. And there were a couple of different versions of these instructions. As we were all building, we were all figuring out little mistakes here and there and getting it right, or what needed to be added. And boy, oh boy, now the instructions are really good. It's quite a big instruction sheet, but you can see how well detailed it is. This was put together by Clay and Jim, I believe. They worked on it together, and I'm happy to say I had a little bit of input in it, maybe a scotch here and there, maybe, I don't know. I'm glad to be a part of it. I'm very honored to, because I think, again, man, we wouldn't have stuff like this if it wasn't for these guys taking a chance and creating this cool little tiny, it's not a big company like Revell or AMT and all those, Tamiya. These guys are doing it out of a barn and a couple room office over in Southern California. Very impressive. Very impressive. Oh, almost forgot. So this is it. We didn't know if this was going to happen. Let me show you. Let me show you something to sweeten the pot. If I got to buy carbon decal to lay out on all those things, there's so much carbon decal on these cars. I really wanted to have that carbon decal. I wonder if there's going to be an aftermarket sheet that comes out. No need. At the last minute, this was, let's do this. Let's add it in. And they didn't even add a cent to the price of the kit. And they added this. They said, let's just give it to them. It's a big sheet. Good thing it's a big box. But there's all perfectly die cut. Very well done. Look at the detail there in the carbon fiber. I'm looking forward to laying this carbon fiber down. Everything will be going in the right direction. You don't have to have just a sheet of carbon fiber and cut it and place it, and hopefully you get it in the right, everything going in the right direction, because you see how you got your zigs and your zags. A last minute, let's do it. Thank you, the fellas over at Salvinos JR Models. You knocked it out of the ballpark. So cool. So there you go. The Camusato. This is 1 of 4. And there's more to come. And of course, there's going to be another Joseph Newgarden on account he won the Indy 500 second time in a row. Car looks pretty much the same. Yeah, gotta do it. Indy 500 winner every year. Real quick, before we close out on this video, let me go ahead and show you my test fit. Again, I just did a test fit run, see how it goes together. I shot it just in primer. It was just, I just threw this thing together really quick to see how these would go. And I'm really glad I did, because I learned a lot. And when I go to build this for real, I'll know what I'm doing. All right, here you go. There it is. It's got removable side pods here, so you can, let's get that out, take a look. And of course the engine is all there. Take a look at that. What detail. I love those coilovers and the cantilevers. I love suspension stuff, and that is so cool. Imagine you getting there and get it all done up and painted, all detailed. Look at the snakes. If you listen to the Scale Model Car podcast, I was talking about this and showing the guys on there, if you were only listening to it, and you heard BG reference, I'm showing a bag of snakes or a box of snakes. That's what he was talking about. But boy, they really are engineered well, and they go together. It looks beautiful, doesn't it? Let's get this back together to give that Indy Car shape that we want to see. And from what I understand, I think there's a few more things that were added to get stuff together. Yeah, it's neat how this all fits together. Have a look at that. There we go. What I tell you about those wheels and tires, those tires, just the perfect shape. Looks so cool. Whoa. Yeah, so that's it. That's how we go. I'll show you the underside. Hopefully nothing falls apart on me. Holding it together. There's the whole thing, man. Just a really, really neat model. Goes together great. This is fun to build. I'm telling you, you're going to want to get one of these if you're into open wheel cars, F1 cars, Indy cars. On account of it's an Indy car. This is great. We haven't had an Indy car in a long time. So that's really super cool. But there you go. There it is. There it is. from the boys. You can go over to the website right now, get yourself one ordered. Go over to salvinosjrmodels.com. If you're interested in getting into the Builders Club, or you are in the Builders Club, there's a QR code to get right over there. All right. Well, I want to thank you all for checking this out. I'm pretty excited. I wasn't really expecting it. All of a sudden, bam, there it goes. I got one in the mail. I really appreciate it. I'm going to have some fun with it on the next, because like I said, just throwing this one together, I had a fun ball. I just put a few hours into it, went together so nice. I had such a blast with it, just putting this together. It'll be fun building an actual model of an Indy car, whichever one I chose to do. Sometimes I like doing fictitious models. I got a couple of ideas. I might not build that one. I don't know. I kind of want to do, I like fantasy cars. I like making up my own sponsorship and stuff. So we'll see. We'll have fun with it. Super cool. Why, now that we have Indy cars to build, why do we build these model cars that we love so much? One answer and one answer only, 'cause they're fun. Here's the producers.